Morning folks, welcome to Corvette Talk with Scags. Today I'm going to identify 10 entry-level Corvette collectibles at $25,000 or less. At that price point, I think you should be able to get the car, get it registered, get it insured, fix any little things that it might need, and I think you'll have yourself a collectible. So there's really no excuses, folks. Get out, save your pennies, work a little overtime, cash in those Bud Light cans, whatever you have to do, get the money and get one of these entry-level collectibles. Everything we need today is going to be in our beautiful 50th anniversary Corvette book by the editors of Consumer's Guide. Okay, let's jump in. I'm going to start today with the 1972 convertible. I wrote a little preferred power steering, power brakes, air conditioning, and 4-speed. The 72 doesn't get as much love as the 68 through 71, and I guess it's because horsepower was down a little, but these are still exciting cars. They're beautiful, as you can see. The interiors are quality, and 200 horsepower doesn't sound like much, but it's plenty. If you could afford to get the 454 that had 270 horsepower, go for it. So we'll put that one up there. Moving on from there, we have the 1974. I wrote either coupe or convertible. Preferred the Z07 suspension package with the coupe or the 454 with the convertible. The Z07 suspension package was pretty cool. It was like a Gymkhana type suspension package. And the 454, well, this was the final year for a 454 motor. So there's that. So the 74 was the final year for a lot of stuff. Dual exhaust, a big block. So 74 in my book has some collector's potential. Moving on from there, we go over to our 1978 Silver Anniversary Edition. I wrote preferred an L82 and a 4-speed. L82 was the optional motor that year. I believe it had 225 horsepower. It's not going to light the world on fire, but it's still got plenty of oomph. A beautiful paint scheme, silver over gray. They made plenty of them, so you shouldn't have a problem finding one. Buy it, keep it, hold on to it, enjoy it. Moving on from there, we get to our 1982 Collector's Edition. This was a beautiful car. I mentioned in another one of my videos that the wheels were reminiscent of the '67 Corvette, which is off the charts as far as collectability is concerned. It was the first year for crossfire injection. Crossfire injection was only used in '82 and '84, so it's a bit of a unicorn there. Very handsome car. It was the first year for a lift-up hatch. You see the champagne interior. Very, very handsome car. Beautiful insignias there. Moving on from there, we have and this is one of my favorites, 1988 35th anniversary. I wrote preferred a 6-speed transmission. I'm not 100% sure if it was a 6-speed or a 4+3 Doug Nash manual transmission that year. But either way, try to get the manual transmission. A beautiful car, and the option was expensive. It was $4,800 to get an all-white car. But the interior is beautiful, the exterior is beautiful, the wheels. The whole monochrome I always found to be very attractive. You might want to not, get too dirty and then sit in the seats. Beautiful 35th anniversary logos there. Moving on from there, we go to our 93 40th anniversary. I wrote preferred convertible and a 6-speed. A very handsome car. Talking about monochrome. It was a beautiful burgundy color, a burgundy colored interior. The convertible actually had was a burgundy color as well. This is the Z06, the ZR1 edition. So this is not the one I'm actually talking about, but this is the only picture I can get. A beautiful car, and it's a 40th anniversary, so it should have some collectability in the future. You should be able to get a beautiful one for that price point. 1996 Collector's Edition. I wrote preferred convertible with a red interior, LT4 with a 6-speed. I believe if you got the LT4, you got a 6-speed either way. That was a 1-year-only motor, like I've mentioned in a couple of my other videos, 330 horsepower. A beautiful car. It says Collector's Edition, so let's assume that eventually it's going to be collectible. At that price point, again, you should be able to get a beautiful one. It was a $1,250 option. Moving on from there, we have our 1998 pace car. This car's a little over the top with the purple and the yellow, but I find it to be attractive. It's unique enough that you probably won't see too many on the road at Cars and Coffee or whatever. A beautiful car, I think. The yellow seats, they're not for everyone, but I believe it's going to be collectible, so you might want to scope one out and get it for that price point. You should be able to get a very nice one. Moving on from there, we go to our 2001 Z06. I wrote preferred white with a red interior. 2001 was the only year for the C5 Z06 in white. 2002, 3, and 4, there was no white one. So I wrote, try to get a red interior with that white one. I couldn't find a picture of the white one, so I just did a yellow one like my own. A beautiful car. You know, that 385 horsepower in 2001 should be plenty to motivate you. And I believe it's going to be collectible, entry level. And we're going to finish up with the 2003 50th anniversary edition. I wrote coupe or convertible for 25,000 bucks. You should be able to find either one, and you should be able to find it with low miles. A beautiful car, beautiful paint scheme, burgundy, or I think it was called magnetic or anniversary red or whatever, with a shale interior. A really handsome car. Folks, for $25,000, you should be able to get yourself a Corvette that should have some collectability. There's really no excuses. Go out and get one. For used Toyota money, you could have yourself a Corvette. Folks, before I sign off, I want to do a little plug for a shop that I service. In my line of work, I'm able to get into a lot of really nice shops. This one is my favorite. Donovan Motor Car in Lenox, Massachusetts. I do have a soft spot for Jaguars, as I've mentioned before, and I've seen them all there, from 120s to 140s to 150s, to early E-types, to XJ6s, XJ12s. From nut and bolt restorations to general repair and maintenance, Donovan Motor Car does it all. I have some notes here just so I don't miss anything. They'll do, like I said, nut and bolt restorations, regular upgrades for Jaguars, and all kinds of other cars. There's classics for sale there. There's a beautiful showroom, and there's always something handsome in there. They have storage, a huge inventory of Jaguar parts, NOS, and used parts. And the Donovan Racing Jaguars. I have to mention the Donovan Racing Jaguars. I've been watching the Donovan Racing Jaguars for years. Very exciting, beautiful cars. And there's 3 of them. They always field a group of at least 2 or 3 Jaguars. And God, it's very rare when these things don't come in either first, second, or third. A beautiful shop, very professional people. And it's it's a pleasure servicing them. Folks, there's the back part. I hope you enjoyed my video. For 25,000 bucks, you should be able to get yourself a sweet collectible Corvette. Donovan Motor Car is a place you need to go if you have a high-end collectible that needs some repair. Like I said, I've seen all kinds of cars in there, not just Jaguars. Healey's, I've seen Alfa Romeos, I've seen everything. And there's even a smattering of American cars in there as well. The other day I was there Wednesday, and they had a beautiful old Buick. It was either a 63 or a 64 Riviera. God, what a gorgeous car. And yes, folks, there's Corvette service there as well. Folks, thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you're learning something, and take care. Enjoy your plastic fantastic. Thank you, folks.